feel like everything is starting to click. My knees, my back.
There you go.
He's got a whole routine.
Who knew? There are a few things that I've had to give up. I sold the motorcycle. I've ridden motorcycles for 40 years. And in fact, I used to ride with my friend Dean. Where's Dean? Dean is hiding. Yeah, and the crazy part is Dean's a clockmaker as well. So one time we were riding through Laguna, and I'm thinking, hey, 2 clockmakers on badass motorcycles, we need a gang. So I designed this emblem for the gang, and we made up some t-shirts, and it has these spiky steel wings and a skeleton, and it says, Hell's Horologists. Boy, did people leave us alone.
All the wrong reasons.
Yeah, well, probably just because they didn't know what the hell a horologist was. But I used to like, riding around the long lines to get to the front. And that's legal, by the way. But it did kind of freak out all the people in the post office lobby. But as a friend of mine in the car club said, when one door closes, another one opens. Other than that, it's a pretty good car.
Made in England.
No, there have been things that have been added to my life. Mainly pills. Oh my God, I've never taken so many pills in my life. Mostly supplements, very few prescriptions. But whoever stole my antidepressants, I hope you're happy now. And speaking of bills, I don't know, some of you may have heard about this. A bunch of guys hijacked an entire shipment of Viagra. Now the cops are out there looking for a gang of hardened criminals.
Okay, there's a drama right there.
Yeah.
The other thing I've had a lot more of is blood tests. And I have some people here who can back me up on this. Let's see. My cousin Bernie is a retired nurse. She came all the way down from the Florida Hills to be here. My cousin Jody used to be a registered practical nurse. She came all the way from Las Vegas to be here. And my sister-in-law Deb is a recently retired nurse, and she came all the way from Tennessee to be here. And then I've got my friend Mike. He is a retired paramedic. He came down from Morro Bay. And then my friend Peter. Where's Peter? Oh, he's hiding. There he is. Peter is a physician, and he came up from San Clemente. And Richard is also an MD. And you guys trying to tell me something? Oh, it's okay. I'm still alive. Anyways, getting back to the blood tests. I tell the phlebotomist I have Zen veins. They're there and they're not there. Honest to God, every time. Stick. It's like they're trying to dig a well in the Mojave. And this is a true story. I had a procedure recently where they had to put in an IV. It took 3 nurses to get the IV. When the second nurse went to get the third nurse, I overheard her say, "He's a hard stick." And when they got over to the bed, I said, at my age, being known as a hard stick is not necessarily a bad thing. But one of the things I've talked about here is how wonderful it is to have all of these different people from different parts of my life. And when I get interested in something, I just dive in. and make the most of it. So it started with guitar, and I ended up as president of the largest guitar society in the Los Angeles area. And then it was pinball, and I was actually part owner and operator of a pinball arcade. Then it was sex, but we won't go there. Then golf. I got a hole-in-one on 127 par 3. Nice. Then it was motorcycles. We talked about that. And then computers. I built my first computer from a bare motherboard. So I was really into it really early. And then clocks. That became my living. And I was president of the local clock and watch club. No discussion of my obsessions would be complete without Monty Python. Oh my gosh. And some people, you've probably seen people that have like a swear jar in the house where you put in a quarter if you say a bad word. We have a Monty Python reference jar. And I actually was able to pay the plumber last time he was out from those proceeds, although he wasn't really thrilled about being paid in quarters. And I went so far as to enlist a high school friend of mine to recreate the Monty Python argument clinic sketch. And we recorded it, and it's up on YouTube. And we had a blast doing it, didn't we, Steve?
No, we didn't.
Yes, I don't want to argue about that. And now it's cars. And now I'm on the board of directors of the largest LGBT car club on the West Coast.
You're driven.
So I'm gonna end this with a car joke. We have a Catholic church and a Jewish synagogue across the street from one another. And at one point, the parishioners decided to buy the priest a new car. And they got a top-of-the-line Lexus. And on a Saturday, when everybody was across the street, they pulled this beautiful Lexus up in front of the church. And the priest came out in his regalia, and he has the altar boys, and incense, and the holy water, and he says his prayers, and he gets in the car, and he drives it off. So not to be outdone, the Jewish congregation buys the rabbi a Cadillac. And on a Sunday, when everybody's across the street, they pull this beautiful Cadillac up in front of the temple. So now it's the rabbi's turn to do his ritual. He comes out in, drab suit, and he's carrying this small black satchel. And he gets out to the car, and he opens up the satchel, pulls out a hacksaw, and he carefully takes an inch off the tip of the tailpipe and drives away. And for being such a great audience, but you've helped me check something off of my bucket list, which was I wanted to do a stand-up.